And the best forage wagon for console players is the Stone Picker Trailer by Mac Trucker 921. How's it going, everybody? Driver 53 here, and today I'm going to show you why this is the best forage wagon for you console players out there. Now, PC players, you've already got something very similar to this. It's available all over the internet. But console players, you've been searching and begging for this thing for quite a while, and it's finally here. Now, this is not the exact same one, but Mac Trucker 921 has added these windrows on here, and oh my goodness, guys, this thing is awesome. Let's go ahead and take a look here in the store. So nothing about the stone picking portion of this has changed, but you are going to need to change the trailer type to be able to get it to do the forage. So all you have to do is go left on your L3. That way you get to the forage wagon. Now you've got an unreal capacity of 250,000. You've got 200,000, 150,000, 75,000, and then 43,400. That's your standard capacity right here. Now your wheel brand, you're going to be able to change this thing up any way you want to, just like with the stone picking trailer. Your wheel type here, same thing. Rear hitch, yeah, absolutely. If you want to get one, go right on ahead. And cover, now this thing is pretty cool. I didn't notice this before, but the cover, it looks really, really cool. I like it quite a bit. Now there are some new colors also as well. I mean, you've got all kinds of different colors up here at the top. And then you start getting down here into the metallics. Well, that one's not a great one. Let me select this metallic blue. You can see just that little bit of shine right there. He's got some really, really awesome colors in this thing. I mean, metallic green. Oh, yeah. And guys, I've tried it out with both the drawbar and the self-made weight here. I'm not able to get this thing to go any faster than 16 miles an hour. I know it's really, really weird. I don't understand it. I don't know if because it's a forage now that it's limiting it to that, but 16 miles an hour is the fastest that I've been able to go. There is a way to do twice as much work instead of going twice as fast. And that is with this setup right here. As you can see, I've got the Lizard Tandem series in here. We've got the 39,000. I've got a couple 13,000 V2s as well. Guys, these things are, they're awesome. I've done a lot of videos taking a look at them. I haven't done the rock picker yet. I was waiting for this forage to come out. This thing is really, really cool. You can see I'm also using some self-made weights back here on these V2s. You got to make sure you get the 3-point attachment. You're gonna be able to attach your self-made weight. I've also been able to make this work with a drawbar as well. And then you connect your trailer right there to it. I'm not sure exactly why it looks like that, but it's still working. It's working absolutely perfect. And the one thing I really like about this 39,000 piece that I've got right here is I can actually move this in and out to adjust how much is being picked up. So I'm going to go ahead and hold my R2, and then I'm just going to start moving right on the right analog stick. And now you can see I no longer have a strip there in the middle. Now, unfortunately, this isn't going to work with a worker. As you can see right there, the worker just absolutely stopped. So all I got to do, go ahead and turn this back on, lower it down, turn it back on, lower it down. Now you can see that in my icons here that it's actually raised up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can actually take and lower this down, and then I can lower this down, and I'm still only going to go 16 miles an hour. So this is a function, a game mechanic that forage wagons can only go the speed that they are programmed to go. So if we want this thing to go any faster, Mac Trucker 921 is going to need to do an update to make the max speed faster. I've tried every trick that I could think of here, and nothing is working. So one little bit of caution that I want to give you right now is that if you're running a 13.8 meter header, that's what I've got on here right now, it's not exactly going to pick up both swaths easily, right? As you can see right here, it's showing on the right hand side that I'm actually out there over top of it, but it's not quite picking up that full distance. So I'd probably run something like a 12-meter header. And if you run a 12-meter header, we already showed that you could not have any of those skips in your field. So I think a 12-meter header is probably going to be the way that you want to go with this. That way you're picking up all of the straw. I mean, I could go ahead and shift over here a little bit to the right, pick up a little bit more over there, and now you're seeing that I'm missing it on the left. So 12-meter header, you should be fine with this. Have you ever wondered how fast is too fast when you're harvesting? Yeah, me too. How's it going, everybody? Driver 53 here, and today we are going to find out exactly how fast is too fast when you're doing fast farming with one of these awesome Colossus harvesters right here. Now, the reason I'm using a Colossus instead of the Reaper 2000 is because the Reaper 2000 only goes 29 miles an hour. And a lot of people have been commenting on my last video where I looked at the Colossus versus the Reaper that 30 is as fast as you could go before you start missing crop. So we're going to test that out today. I'm not saying they're wrong. I just want to test it out because I've got 4 different harvesters here. This one is set up at 29 miles an hour. The next one is at 43. Then we've got a 77 mile an hour harvester, the yellow one down there, but it's got a 60 mile an hour header on it. Then the last one, the red one, is a 77 miles an hour, but it's using the headers tool height control for headers mod, which means that the header is going to allow it go 77 miles an hour. So to get started, once again, I'm going to turn the harvester on, just hire a worker, and then I'm going to go over to the next one, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. It's already on. Let's hire a worker. Here we go. It's turned on. Hire that worker. And the last one right here, we're going to turn it on and hire the worker. Now, on this one, you can see that it is going to stay raised up. The other one's dropped down, but I'm going to get out of here because there might be an FPS issue with this also. I'm going to stand right here the entire time, so we're getting a very accurate reading. When all of my workers are down at the other end, we're going to take a look at the results, and you can see how much faster these other two are going right here. Man, they are just blowing by these slower ones. It is awesome, guys. All right, all of my workers are down at the other end, and I'm not sure exactly what happened here with this red one. I think the speed might have got to him a little bit, and I am using a mod right here called Easy Dev so I can get around a little bit better and take some better images and different things like that of what's going on, and I can reset the fields really easy. So that's that, and store deliveries are the only 2 PC mods that I've got on here right now. Everything else is a cross-platform mod. So here we are taking a look, and yeah, that harvester definitely had a problem. I do not know what was going on with it, but even back here, they were missing quite a bit. Now, this is 77 miles an hour estimated because I don't know exactly how far they got. Now, this one right here was the 60 miles an hour. Yes, this one, this is 43 miles an hour, y'all, and there is 0 crop that's missed. This is 29. So my question is, somewhere between 43 and 60 is where we started having the problem. I got to find out exactly where that was at. All right, so I've got the harvester right now that is got the 60 miles an hour head on it, and I'm going to go ahead and set the cruise control at 50 miles an hour because I figure that's a really good starting point, right? It's kind of in the middle, and it's a good number. I should probably go with 53, but we're going to go with 50 right here. So once again, hire a worker. This time, I'm going to stay here with this one, and we're going to see what is happening. Now, I do have straw turned on as well because I figure, you know what, we might as well get the worst thing if there is something happening. Okay, so check that. We are already missing it. So the cool thing is I can turn this down to like 46. I mean, that's a good number right there, right? Okay. I'm not seeing anything happening here at 46, 47 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and crank this up to 47. Anything happening here? All right, we're starting to see just a little bit there at 47. We've got one little patch that came out. Okay. And then what about 48? Maybe 48. I mean, every once in a while you get just that little bit of a glitch maybe that's happening. All right, I'm not seeing anything at 48. Let's do the flipper out here and I'll come back and we'll show you 49. All right, so I've got this thing set at 49 now. We're getting ready to get to that speed. All right, there's 49. You might see a little bit of a flicker of 50. All right, so 49 does look like it's actually throwing down quite a bit. So let's drop this back down to 48 and see if we have anything happening here. And I don't see it. I mean, I really don't see anything here happening at 48. Now, this field is relatively, oh, there was one right there. Now, this field is relatively flat. All right, so you're not dealing with a whole lot of terrain changes. So maybe 47? 47 is the way to go, maybe. And it's still going to go 48. I think that's a good number. All right, so I think 47, 48 is a really good number. Now, I'm curious, what happened with this guy here? All right, I've got this set on 77 miles again, and let's see exactly where the issue. Now, I know that we're already having, oh, that was a big bump, and it looks like the harvester's just getting really squirrely. All right, so if you've got any type of terrain issues going on at all, you need to make sure to crank this down. So let's go ahead and bring this one down again because it does have a different header on it. Let's take this to 47 again and see if we could get anything different to happen here. Now, this is the tool height control for harvesters or headers. And then the other one that we were just looking at is still using the Colossus header, but we've toned it down to 47 miles an hour. All right, so right here at 47, I don't see an issue. Let's go ahead and crank this up to 48. All right, and right off the bat, we had a little bit of an issue, but that could be okay. Yeah, there was a second one right there, a third one. All right, so it appears that 47 is the fastest that you could harvest wheat, and not have any problems. And the reason I said wheat, because we also need to take a look at corn. This right here is a 12-meter header, and I'm over here in the cornfield doing 47 miles an hour. Now, this field is a little bit more, terrain to it. All right, so what I want to do is just go ahead and drive around here a little bit at 47 miles an hour. I don't think we're having any problem. I don't see anything at all being missed. So let's go ahead and turn this corner. I should have a nice long stretch here. Let's go ahead and crank this up to, I don't know, 55 and see if we can get anything to happen here. All right, we're doing 55 now in the corn header that's 12 meters wide. That's important. All right, so let's keep going. I'm not seeing anything at all. All right, so let's go ahead and crank this up to 60. All right, there's 60 right there. I'm going to go ahead and make this turn. And I'm still not seeing anything. I think with the other one, we would definitely already have missed crop. And I don't see any crop back there at all that is being missed. So now this is 60 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and go up to 65. All right, there we go. 5 miles an hour more. All right, I don't see anything at all. I mean, these are some other passes that I've already done right here, trying to get over to the other side and stuff. So let's go ahead and turn. We'll go across. All right, so we're going to be going straight on with it. Let's go up to 70 and see what happened. And you guys can see that my steering as I'm trying to do that is not the greatest. All right, so 70 miles an hour. I don't see any crop that is being missed, and I think I'm going to have to make a turn here. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and make a turn. Head straight back this way right here. Now let's crank this all the way up. 77 miles an hour, the fastest that this harvester will go. Let's see how fast we can actually get it to. Now we're doing 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, and it finally started to skip. Finally started to skip. I don't know if you guys saw that one little section right there. That one little bit. All right, let's go back over here. Well, actually, let's look at our map here. You guys can see this right here. I actually started right here, came across, around, down here, across like this, right there. That was the only bit of crop that I missed. We ended up going 77 miles an hour here with this header. Now, this is only a 12-meter header. I wonder, since the other ones are almost 14 meters, can we replicate this with a 12-meter header over there and be able to actually go faster and cover more ground? All right, so I found one of these right here, the 40-foot Massey Ferguson. This is the Dynaflex 9255 40-foot. So we're going to go ahead and just get out here and just go ahead and go to town. Right? So 47 miles an hour. This is what we could do before without any issue. So I'm going to get up to that speed, and then we're going to start increasing it by a few miles an hour all the way up. All right, so 48 miles an hour, still not having any problems. All right, let's go to 55 and start seeing if we have anything. I mean, right off the bat before, we could see that we were actually having problems. So, yeah, I don't have any problem here at all. We're up to 60 now. All right, we're still going, no problem. All right, let's go up to 65. All right, I don't see any problem there. Let's go ahead and make this turn. We'll go to 70 and then 75. All right, so I'm flipping around here. Hopefully, we're going to keep our speed up. All right, we're at 60. All right, I'm going to go ahead and raise this up to 70 now. There we go. Oh, I saw just a little bit. That could have been because I was turning the harvester just a little bit. All right, 71 miles an hour. Then we're going to 77, fully maxing this thing out. And y'all, take a look at that. We don't have any crop being missed. That's beautiful. So it looks like the magic combination is going to be the fastest harvester you can get, which is 70 miles an hour right now. And then one of these 12-meter headers, guys. I mean, yes, we did just miss a little bit right there, but for the most part, this is working really, really well. So you want to make some silage bale snakes, but you don't like messing with the telehandler? Yeah, I've got an easier way for you. How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and today I'm going to show you a really easy way that you can make these without having to use a telehandler or any other piece of equipment, really, to put your bales in right here. So what I've got is the Anderson Hybrid X tractor. This thing is really cool. You can drive this thing around and put it anywhere you want on your farm. Start putting some bales in it, and it's going to wrap them into kind of like silage bales, right? They're not silage right now. They're grass. They're fermenting. They're eventually going to be silage bales. What are you going to need? Well, really, you're only going to need one mod, and that is the liftable bales pack by Yos Modding. And I'm down here at my mods and DLCs because this is the easiest way to show you guys all the different pieces of equipment that you need. So we're going to go ahead and select here. And as you can see, you've got all these different balers, and they're going to say liftable bales pack down here at the bottom. Now, this is not the other ones that are the increased capacity. This is only the ones that say liftable bales pack. Now, these are by Yos Modding. Once again, the ones that you're going to be paying attention to that you need for your grass bales are going to be any of these square bale wrappers right here. Now, you can also do this with the round balers, but I'm taking a look at these square ones today here in this video, but you can absolutely do this with the round ones as well. So just go ahead and pick out whichever baler you want. I went ahead and went with the Case LB436 HD right here. Now, the next thing that you are going to need, all right, is a way to transport those bales around. And I'm going ahead and using the DPW 180 auto load right here. It comes with this, so you don't need any other auto load at all. You can also pick these things up right here with your Akuzen FSX 6372. This is for the square bales. Now, if you want to do the round bales, you can absolutely do this one right here. This is the Anderson RBM 2000. It's part of this pack. And the last thing you're going to need is one of these Anderson Hybrid X extractors right here. These things are really cool because they're going to do your round bales and your square bales for you. You can also do the round bales right here, but we want to take a look at the square bales because I think a lot of times you can get these done. I mean, maybe not as fast. There is another mod out there that can make silage bales for you, but you can't make snakes with them. So this one right here is the way if you're wanting to make your silage snakes. Now, with this mod right here, you can use any size bales that you want, all the way from 180 centimeters all the way up to 240 centimeters. So why not go ahead and do the 240s, guys? And the really cool thing about these bales is they only weigh 100 kilograms. I mean, I am able to pick these up without super strength, right? Anybody, any platform can do this right here. I'm going to go ahead and collect a few of these, and you got to make sure that on your help menu right here, it says your operating position. That's how you're going to be able to collect these. And here we have the Hybrid X extractor. All you need to do is get into it like you would any regular vehicle. Hold your R1 and your square, turn it on, and then you're going to be able to start driving around anywhere you want to put this on your farm. Other thing you need to do, unfold your wrapper. Just hold your L1 and your X, and that front little flap right there is going to go down. Now, the way this is going to work, you're going to put the bales here in this end, and then they're going to come out on that end right there. So wherever you want to start your snake at, you want to make sure that you line up the ramp right there with where it's going to start. Here you can see that the ramp section is down here. This is where I've already started, and we're going to be putting bales into right there. But now I got to get them off of here. So all I need to do is just go ahead and unload these bales. And what I want to do is get them kind of close because we're going to need them here really, really quickly. All right. So I'm going to hold my L1 and unload bales. Then I'm going to hold L1 and move over to the left here. I'm going to go ahead and lower them down by pressing down on my R3, my joystick. I could go up and down with these, or I could go left and right. There's no way that I've been able to find to actually spin them around. So you kind of need to be lined up roughly where you want to go. Then all you got to do, unload your bales here, and boom, they fall to the ground. Now, all we got to do is walk over here, pick one of these bad boys up, and then you bring it over here to the extractor, lift it up, and drop it. And then boom, it's got to go ahead and start doing its thing. It is so awesome. And you can see that it's moving. This machine is going to move automatically for you as it puts another one on the ground. Let's keep going here. I mean, it doesn't matter which way you put them in. It's going to go ahead and just automatically take it. See, I was just barely even close, right? So then you just grab the next one. Same thing. You got to wait for it to come back a little bit because if you put it down too soon, it could pop it off, right? So that one didn't do it. It gets back. It's going to go ahead and go. You're going to go. So just keep doing this right here. And you're going to be able to make these snakes as long as you can, as long as you have room for it. See that? That's what I meant. It's just going to throw it off. So keep doing this right here until you have the snake length that you want. And then you're going to be good to go. Hey, guys, this is the easiest way that I have found to be able to make these. If you're wanting to add these into your gameplay, let's play that you got, anything like that, this is how you do it. Now, I know you don't have really, really big capacities with this, and I've tried that. I tried with Mack Trucker 921's liftable and high capacities, and it doesn't work because you don't have a bale wrapper. It doesn't exist. I mean, there is a wrapper, but it's not this style right here. So if you want these snakes like this, you got to use this mod right here to do it the easy way. Now you can absolutely do it the hard way of using a telehandler, but this right here, yeah, I mean this is super easy, guys. Super easy. You got to make sure that your bales aren't going to be in the way either. Otherwise, you could run into a little bit of a problem and they all just come tumbling down. So we're gonna go ahead and drop this here. It doesn't matter which way you put it in, right? This one is gonna go like that, and boom, it caught it. It knew what it needed to do, and it went ahead and caught it. So this is so cool. I could do this all day. I could literally just sit here all day. So let me know down in the comments. Are you gonna start using this on your game at plays? Console players, are you tired of not even getting 2 pallets worth of clothes out of your tailor shop here in Farming Simulator 22? Let me introduce to you Wool and Cotton Processing by Klein Farmer 81. This is a brand new mod released on October 18th, 2023. And what you're going to get in this pack is a tailor shop right here. It's made out of all of the other standard buildings that you see on Elm Creek. Looks a little bit more realistic, like somebody did a bunch of add-ons over time. And then down here, this is your spinnery. Taking the factory, same thing, off of Elm Creek right here. Made it a little bit bigger. It's going to take up more space, but I think you're going to like the output. Before we take a look at that, this is where you're going to put your products into your spinnery right here. Your output is going to be right here on this side. And over here on your tailor shop, your inputs are going to go here in the front, and your outputs are right here next to it by these double garage doors. Now, before we take a look at the new mod, let's go and take a look at base game really quick. What you've got is a 2-to-1 reduction right off the bat. You're going to only get to keep 50% of your product, basically, is what is going to get transferred over to fabric. But it's 1,440 cycles every single month, which means that you're only going to get 1,440 liters of fabric if you're using wool. Now, if we take a look at our cotton right here, it's a 5-to-3 reduction. So that's a 60% that you're going to be able to keep. It's 576 cycles every single month, which means that that's only going to be 1,728 liters that you are actually going to see produced here if you're using your cotton. Now let's go and take a look at the mod spinnery. And as you can see, it's a 30 in, 15 out, same reduction. You're only going to get to keep 15% of your volume, but it's 1,440 cycles. Again, that means that you're going to get 21,600 liters of fabric every single month here, guys. That is absolutely insane. And don't worry about your storage space. You got 50,000 liters of storage here compared to down here on your base game of only 10. They increased it by 10 times the amount of storage that you've got here. So the other really cool thing about this, 300,000 liters of storage here for your inputs. That's wool and cotton. And then down here on the base game, it's only 45,000. So not quite 10 times as much, but still plenty of space to be able to store your inputs here. So you don't have to have it keeping, all around your farm. Now for cotton, it's 30 in, 18 out, 60% still. They didn't change that at all, but 1,440 cycles. And that means that you're going to be able to make 25,920 liters of fabric if you're using cotton, because it's a 60% instead of a 50%. So you got just a little bit more there. Now, the really cool thing about this, if you add both of those up together, you're not going to run out of space if you do run this for an entire month. You run this for an entire month, you're still going to have plenty of storage space over there on your outgoing products. Let's jump down to our tailor shop here. You can see that this is the base game one, 2-to-1 ratio. 50% is what it is. Your cycles per month is 1,080, which means that you're only going to get 1,080 liters of clothes every single month. Take a look here at our tailor shop that's part of the mod. Guys, this one is awesome. 30 to 15, same 50%. But 1,440 cycles again, which means that you're going to get 21,600 liters of clothes every single month. Guys, that's 22 pallets almost of clothes that you're going to be able to get every single month. That is absolutely insane. If you're curious about exactly how much of an increase that is, it's exactly 20 times as fast. You don't have any other reduction, any more reduction than what you had using base game, but it's going to be 20 times as fast. You're going to be able to get in there, get it done, get out. No more having to put 20 of these things down to process the exact same amount. You're going to be able to have one building. And as far as I know, this is the fastest one available on Mod Hub right now, guys. Oh, and also your storage space, 50,000 liters. You can run this thing for 2 months, not have an issue, and 300,000 liters in is what you're going to be able to store. So absolutely tons of space on the inputs and the outputs. So if you're a console player and you like doing cotton or you have a bunch of sheep, I truly believe that this is the best mod that you could have to turn your wool and cotton into clothes. Guys, it's going to be super fast. You're going to be able to make that money really, really quick. You definitely need to add this into your mod folder. Rental properties. Are they worth investing in here for Farming Simulator 22? Well, let's find out. How's it going, everybody? Driver 53 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a new mod called Rental Properties. This is by Newell Gaming, and it was first released on October 10th, 2023. Now, this thing is really cool because I like how you can make a little bit of extra money every single month here. Now, the way it works is you put a house down for $57,800. It does not matter which house it is. All of the houses that you see right here cost exactly the same amount to put down on your property. And where are you going to find them at? Well, it's going to be right here in your construction menu. All right, so you come in here and you want to go over to production. You want to go down here to generators, and then you're going to come across until you find all of these rental properties. Now, there are so many different ones that kind of fit into whatever map you're playing on. Most of these appear to be more North American style than European style, but guys, there are so many different ones, and you can see every single one of them is a $57,800 to put down. Now, that is if you've got ground that is absolutely perfect. Now, what if you've got some ground that's not so perfect? Well, you can see that it's going to cost you a little bit more, but I've got something to show you about that. All right, so as you can see, I've got the first house right here. Now, one thing that I noticed is that it's supposed to have like a little driveway right here. Well, it's not showing up whenever I put it on flat ground. I'm not exactly sure why. So I came down here and I put it on uneven ground. Let me show you exactly what these look like. So as you can see right here, the front porch is like even with the ground and it's flickering. Doesn't matter if I paint it or not. And then if you come around here to the back, you can see that I can actually see the grass in the bottom of this bucket right here. I don't think we're supposed to be able to see that at all. A few of the other things are kind of buried into the ground, and that's on perfectly flat ground. I leveled all of this out, and like this one right here, I mean, the chairs are halfway through, right? I mean, the ground. I mean, you can't sit at that. You can't move it. So I don't know exactly what's going on with that. So I came down here and I put one on uneven ground. All right, I haven't done any terraforming to this at all. The field is the way it is, and look at that. My front porch shows up and my driveway shows up now, but it's not level. Okay, so then when I come around to the back, yeah, the bucket, it's gone. Absolutely gone. And then if I look at this one over here, now my chairs are gone. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Careful if you decide to use these things and put them down, because you might run into a couple of issues like this. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not going to function the same way that they're intended to. What I mean by that is that each house is going to give you a certain amount of money every single month, and it kind of varies in which house you want to put down. So this one right here, the blue one, is going to give you 816. The one next to it is 864. You come across here and you got an 840, and then all the way at the very beginning, the very first house we looked at is 888. So you may be wondering, well, exactly how long does it take to repay? Well, I did some quick math here, and if you're looking at the $816 every single month, you divide that out by 57,800 divided by your 816, that's going to be 70.8 months or 5.9 years. It's going to take a while. Now, you may want to invest your money in this, and then you slowly see that trickle coming back. Or if you go all the way to the 888, it's going to be 65.1 months or 5.4 years. So either way, it's going to take you over 5 years before you even break even and get all of your money back out of your rental home purchase. Now, if you plan on being on a game save for quite a while, that could absolutely be a great game plan for you, because you tie your money up into your rental properties and then you just slowly start getting it back. Or if you want to see a really quick return, maybe this isn't the mod for you, but I still think it's a really cool idea. I like all the decorations and everything. Maybe if there was another option just to be able to put these houses down without the rental portion of it, and they were a lot cheaper, just so you could decorate your farm maybe a little bit, I think that would be really cool too. But guys, I mean, this is just another way that you could play the game. There's no absolute perfect strategy on how to make your money here in Farming Simulator 22. I like it. Newell Gaming, you got a really cool idea here. Just a couple little tweaks, and I think this mod is going to be absolutely fantastic. You know what? I agree. Picking stones on FS22 is not the most fun thing in the world. What if I told you there was a way that with a little bit of water and these stones, you could get free herbicide? How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and today I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to get some free herbicide with just stones and water. And to do that, we're going to need the lime fertilizer salt herbicide seed production mod that is available over on the mod hub. This is by BDBSSB. It was released October 27th, 2023. Now, once you get that mod installed into your game folder, all you need to do is come over here to construction. Then you want to go over to productions, go down to your factories, and then go across until you find it. So it's going to be this one right here. And it's a very long name. I'm sorry. Lime fertilizer salt herbicide seed production. It's going to cost you $80,000 to put down. The important things that you need to know are going to be over here on this side right here. That dump point is where all your products are going to go in at. And then over here is where you're going to be able to get some of your other products out. Wherever you want to put it at, go ahead. As you can rotate it, you can see that it's free. You could put it anywhere you want to. Not free as in price, but it's not limited by certain angles. And then if you need to do any terraforming, it's obviously going to cost you a little bit more than that. But base price to put this thing down, $80,000. Once you get it put down, you're going to need to come around here to the backside. It's a little bit different icon than usually. It actually shows this icon right here. You're going to go right here and it's going to bring it up. Now, the first thing that you're going to need to know, this is going to be a multi-step recipe, all right? Your stones into lime, you could do that, absolutely, but I wouldn't do that one for this. You want to come down here to stones into road salt. Now, you're not going to lose any product. It's going to be 75,000 in and 75,000 produced for every single cycle. Now, it is 24 cycles, but I don't think you're going to need to worry about the number of cycles. All right, just put as many rocks as you can in here as quick as you can, and then it's going to be good to go. Now, what you're going to do with that road salt is then you're going to put it back into this recipe right here. You need 15,000 road salt and 60,000 water to make 75,000 liters of herbicide. Guys, I think you do one cycle and you've got enough for like ever, but you could sell it too and make a little bit of money. One thing to keep in mind whenever you're doing your road salt here, you want to make sure that your setting over on your outgoing products is actually set correctly. So what you want to do here where it says spawn, flip this over to distributing. Nothing else that you have as a mod should take road salt necessarily. So go ahead and keep it here, and then it's going to be able to be used into this road salt and water mixture into herbicide recipe right here. Okay, so make sure that's on distributing, and then you're good to go. And I know some of you guys are going to say, well, driver, you actually have to buy water. Well, not necessarily. You know, take for instance here on your base game map, you've got a spot over here that you are going to be able to get water for absolutely free. You can see my tanker down there has 6, 8, 7, 9 liters. All I need to do, go ahead and start filling it up. And you can see that my money is not going down in the top right-hand corner. And I'm getting product water put here into this, and it's actually really fast. I mean, this is a massively huge tanker, and I'm already at 70,000 liters right here. So stop, boom, take it over there. I've got more than enough that I need for one of these cycles, and it cost me absolutely nothing. And then the stones here are free, kinda. You just need to make sure that it's turned on. Yes, you're going to need to use the equipment, but we have some bigger equipment that we can use too. And then, you know, just plow, and, you know, you got to do that anyway if you want to get your yield up. So it's just keep them turned on, and then you don't have to spend any money on your herbicide. Guys, this mod is absolutely fantastic. Going to be doing a couple other videos, taking a look at some other parts of it here really soon. So you've got a lot of extra herbicide sitting around the farm and you don't know where to sell it at? We'll just bring it right over here. It'll take it. How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and today I'm going to show you exactly how you could sell like everything in the game, including your extra herbicide, fertilizers, all those different things right here. Mainly herbicide though, because there's a brand new mod, and I released a video on it just a couple days ago, and it's got a very long name on it, but it's basically a seed, fertilizer, herbicide, rock salt, like lime, everything you want to make, like the extra stuff, you can make it right here. Guys, you could make a ton of it. Go ahead and check out the video. I'm going to link it up here above. But you've got all this extra stuff and you need to figure out where to sell it at. Well, that's where this mod right here comes into play. And this is the Sell Everything by Schultz modding. This was originally released on February 10th, 2023. Has not had an update since then. Not very many places you can actually sell that herbicide, but here in the Sell Everything, you absolutely can. You got two versions. You've got a regular Sell Everything that's just like a regular platform, and then the Sell Everything container. You can see that's the way it's going to look here in your stations listings over here. These are the two different ones. The price is about the same, but that are going to fluctuate depending on the economy. And this is what they look like, guys. I mean, seriously, super easy to put down. All you got to do is go over into construction, go to production, go to sell points, and you're going to come across, and you can see right here, the sell everything, $1,000, right? You can put this thing anywhere you want to, and then $1,000 for the container as well. Now, I know that it shows over there on the right-hand side that it doesn't take hardly anything. Trust me, it does. It absolutely does, guys. Everything means everything. Are you not making enough money at your regular base game dairy? What about some chocolate milk, whipped cream, sour cream, cream cheese? Dairy Cream Factory right here. This is what you need. How's it going, everybody? Driver 53 here, and today we're going to be going over the Cream Factory by Newell Gaming. Now, this released on October 18th, 2023. This is available for all platforms. Yes, console players, you are going to get to use this as well. Not only does the Dairy and Cream Factory have your regular butter, cheese, and chocolate recipes, but it has some additional ones for chocolate milk, whipped cream, sour cream, and cream cheese. To place the Cream Factory down onto your map, you're going to go into construction, then you're going to go across to production, you're going to stay in your factories, and then go across until you find it over on the right-hand side. You can see right here, Cream Factory. It's going to be a base price of $70,000, and you can see that the important parts of it right here are going to be over on this side right here. This is where you're going to be able to dump off your product there with the trigger, the dumping trigger right down here in the bottom right hand corner. And then over here on this side, this is where the product is actually going to spawn at when it's time for you to pick it up. You can rotate this thing around any direction that you like to. And then, like I said, $70,000 unless you need to do some terraforming, and then it will automatically do it for you. Once you've got a place down on the map, you come around to this corner over here, and this is where you're going to be able to access all of your recipes. Once again, you can see that you've got the base game ones. Now, something very, very interesting about this is that you're not going to be able to make as much money with the 3 base game recipes as you are with a regular dairy. But hold on, you're going to be able to use those in some other recipes down here at the bottom to make a ton more money. So you're going to lose a little bit up front, but you're going to get it back here at the end. And believe me, it's worth it, guys. Absolutely worth it. So the one thing you're going to see that you need in each of these recipes is going to be empty pallets. How do you get those? The first way is you're going to go into objects, come across to pallets, and then you're going to go all the way across until you see right here, empty pallets, part of the Cream Factory. You can see for 2,000 liters of pallets, it's going to cost you $380. You could also come down here to your mods and DLC section, go across to Cream Factory again, and then they're just right here under empty pallets. Now, you've also got iodized salt, which you're going to need in another one of these recipes. You get this the exact same way. You come down here. It's the only way you're going to be able to get this. You cannot make it. You have to buy it. And this one, unfortunately, is $1,000 for 1,000 liters. And if you don't want to buy pallets and you actually want to make them because you enjoy logging, well, go to construction, go over to your production, go into your factories, and then go across to right here. Now, this is Pallet Company, but you're going to need the Magic Bean Production mod by the same modder, Newell Gaming. You're going to need it installed. Now, if you're using that one, it's going to use empty pallets as well. So maybe you just go ahead and download both mods. I'm going to be doing another video taking a look at the coffee. It actually makes really good money over there too. So maybe it's worth running both of them. And then you can actually just use this and make your own pallets yourself. At $60,000, you put wood or planks in here, and you're going to be able to make your pallets instead of having to buy them. That's a better option for you. So that's everything you're going to need to get started, except for cows, right? How many cows do you need? As many as you can. Every time somebody asks me, how many cows do I need? As many as you can afford to feed. So let's go and take a look here at a spreadsheet. You can see that the first 3 recipes, your butter, cheese, and chocolate, once again, they're the exact same as what base game is. Okay, exactly the same. The only thing is you're not going to make as much money, right? You've got your estimated normal peak sell price is the way I'm doing this right now. Normal economy and the estimated peak. And what that estimated normal peak sell price represents is your seasonal fluctuations. The highest number that I saw over there on the right-hand side of the screen. So for wheat, that's $732. That is the price that I put here into this chart. You know, you're not really going to make a whole lot of money on your butter, only $961, but your chocolate, I mean, $2,300, cheese, $2,800 roughly. But then you start coming down here into your other recipes. Now for chocolate milk, what you're going to need is your chocolate and milk and some empty pallets. But the thing is, you're not actually going to make any money on this because it devalues your chocolate. All right. You're going to lose almost $3,000 every single month if you run chocolate milk. I'm not sure why it's set up this way because you don't use chocolate milk later. So it should actually be worth a lot more. your chocolate milk is actually only worth $1,706 per 1,000 liters, but your chocolate is worth 38.88. So it's a really, really big hit because the thing is, it takes 7 chocolate and 7 milk to make chocolate milk. So it's using quite a bit of product there to be able to try and make some money, and it just doesn't quite do it on the math. So maybe a little bit of an update, a little tweak needs to happen here. But as of right now, I would not run chocolate milk. Also, whipped cream, I wouldn't run it just by itself. Now you're gonna need whipped cream in some later recipes, but by itself, I would not sell your whipped cream, okay? Because you're gonna lose about $1,700 every single month if you just take it and you sell it at the highest available price. Now, what I mean by that is the way that this works is the price that you're seeing here and the profit that you're seeing, that's more than what you could get if you sell the items by themselves without turning them into that production. So for whipped cream, if I sell my milk, my empty pallets, and my butter, the input of one cycle, I'm going to make a certain amount of money. And then if I sell the whipped cream at 130 units, I'm going to make $259.48 roughly. Okay. So what I'm saying is that my inputs are more valuable per cycle than my output is that I could sell. So of course I'm going to lose money, but on some of these recipes, the output is worth a lot more than the input. And those are ones that you do want to focus on. Whipped cream by itself, do not sell it, store it, or distribute it. That way you can use it in your sour cream and cream cheese recipes. Now your sour cream, it's going to take whipped cream, that salt that we talked about earlier. So you have to buy that, figure out how to get it over here. But if you do that, you can make about $4,500 extra every single month. So you can absolutely sell your products outright before you do anything else to them. You're not going to have to worry about anything else. And then you can just go ahead and make your money. But if you want to spend just a little bit more time and have that another process happen, you can make that extra $4,500 every single month on this. You've already got the building, right? So why not go ahead and make that extra money? Or if you want to make about $7,800, you could do cream cheese, because all you need is your whipped cream, your cheese, and your empty pallets. So you don't need to go buy an extra product here, as in the salt. Your cheese could already be made here, and your whipped cream could already be made here also. Now, like I said, $7,800 is roughly about what you're going to make every single month. And with this building only being 70,000, you're definitely going to pay for it within the first year. You're going to make it worth it. It's going to be profitable after about 9 months. All right. After about 9 months, then you're going to be good to go. Maybe 10, depending on if you got to do any landscaping, things like that. So within the first year, you're going to be making your money back on this. You just have to let everything go all the way to cream cheese. So I think this is an absolutely great mod. Once again, there's a couple of them that I think need just a little bit of a tweak, but other than that, you should definitely invest in a Dreamery Cream right here, the Dairy and Cream Factory. Some say that coffee is the essence of life. What if I told you that you could make almost $175,000 every year using only water? How's it going, everybody? Driver53 here, and today we are going to be going over the Magic Bean production by Newell Gaming. This was released on October 18th, 2023. And for those of you that aren't quite sure what Magic Bean production is, well, that's coffee. A lot of people think this is the essence of life. Like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure I can show you how you're going to be able to make $175,000 roughly by just using water. Let me show you the first step. And that's going to be with one of these right here. This is your coffee house small and your coffee house big. So each one of these is where you're going to be able to grow your coffee pods at. If you take a look here at the spreadsheet, you can see that water is the only input that you need. And, you know, you could just sell it straight out of this and not even have to do anything else to it. And you're going to make roughly about $1,500 a month if you're using the small one here. And on the big one, you can make about $5,000 every month. Well, that's going to be it. No, I'm joking. That's not it, because that's only $60,000 every single year that you're going to be able to make. Well, then you got to actually take and start putting these things onto some pallets. Now, I know the pallets right here, you're going to need wood or planks, but you can also buy them. And the way you buy your pallets is come down here into objects, go over to pallets, and then you come across until you find your pallets. They are going to be right here. Now, this is the empty pallets, $380 for 2,000 liters of pallets. This is the Magic Bean production. Now, you also see that they are available here on the Cream Factory. That's a separate mod completely, but it's by the same modder. I recommend you probably ought to have both of these on your map at the same time. But if you do want to make them yourself, you're going to lose some money because wood is a lot more valuable. than trying to make them into this. I don't know why. I mean, you could turn them into planks too if you wanted to do that, but I would not sell your planks or your pallets. I mean, and just use them. Use them downstream, guys. There's a lot of other things down here that are going to use these, and you definitely want to do that. It's cost $60,000 to get it going, but okay, hear me out. Hear me out. You're going to need these for all the other stuff, and trust me, you're going to want to make a lot more money on the coffee than just selling it by itself. I mean, 60,000 is nice, only using water, but trust me, you're going to make a lot more down here. Next up, we've got Melody's Magic Bean House. This is where you're actually going to take your coffee pods and you're going to split them, and then that's going to give you a coffee bean or a coffee cherry. You can see here the recipe. It's 5 in of your coffee and coffee pods, and then you're going to get 3 coffee beans and 3 coffee cherries. Coffee cherries are a very interesting thing here because you're going to use those to make cherry tea or to make cherry jelly. So you are going to be able to use these. They're not just a waste product. They gave you a recipe, 2 of them actually, at other facilities that you're going to be able to continue to make money even on this coffee cherry product here. But the important one, coffee bean. You can see that here, roughly, you're going to make about almost $3,700 more every single month than if you were to just take the items and sell them as the plain coffee. So before, you were making almost $5,000 every single month. Well, if you bring it here, if you sell both items, your coffee bean and your coffee cherry, you're going to increase that up to almost $9,000 every single month. Next here we have Melody's Magic Coffee Shop. Now this is where you're actually going to make the roasted coffee out of your coffee bean or the cherry tea out of your coffee cherry. As you can see right here, it's a 5-to-3 ratio on your coffee and a 5-to-4 ratio on your cherry tea. You can see that the regular coffee, it's only about $5,000 extra every month that you're going to be able to make. So now you're up in that $14,000 range, but the cherry tea, that's insane, guys. An additional $15,178. Now, since you can run both of these at the exact same time here because you're getting your coffee bean and your coffee cherry, you're not having to do anything extra to be able to get one of these over the other. Yeah, you're going to be able to run both of these and get a ton of money, guys. I mean, look at this. It's about $20,000 extra by running both of these. You've got a bottleneck in your production chain here, okay? Your coffee house big is only going to give you about 7,200 liters of coffee to be able to process every single month. And you can see right here, if you're running the Melody's Magic Coffee Shop, you're getting 2,400 cycles, but you're at 3 or 4 on your tea. So you're actually using a lot more product here in this facility than your regular coffee house can produce for you. So that's the thing. If you want to actually keep up with the production here on this end, down here, you've got to make sure you've got more than one coffee house big actually put down. Then you should be able to stay ahead of your production and not have that bottleneck that you're seeing. And you might be also thinking, but driver, just water, what about your wood? Well, I mean, you could buy your pallets and you're not having to actually produce anything. I mean, I took a little bit of money out of what you could possibly earn and factored in if you had to buy every single pallet. And yeah, it's still about $175,000. Now, let's say you're not really big on cherry tea and you want to actually maybe make some jelly because you've also got some strawberries and some grapes growing also in some other greenhouses. Well, you could do that right here too. You've got strawberry jelly, grape jelly, or cherry jelly. All of these you can absolutely make. Now, the only problem that I see here is that you're not actually going to make money on your strawberry jelly or your grape jelly. For some reason, the math does not work out and you don't actually make a lot of money here. The only one that you actually make any money is your cherry jelly, and it's only about $26.50 every single month over if you just sell the coffee cherry by itself. Okay, now the coffee cherry, you can absolutely sell that product just there right by itself, or you can come down here, make your jelly out of it, and you only make about $26.50. Now, the problem that I see is that it takes 3 in and 2 out. All right. So it's about a 66% conversion. But on your cherry tea, I mean, it's 5-to-4, 80%, right? So you get to save more of your product. You're making more money over there. And if you're running coffee, roasted coffee, you already have that facility going as well. So I'm not sure why you would ever want to make cherry jelly. But if you do, here it is. And the last thing, guys, you're going to need to make sure that you put down one of these farmers market or that you have another compatible sell point with these items right here. If you look through your listings and you don't see anywhere for it to sell, throw down one of these farmers market right here. You're going to be able to find it in your construction under selling points. How's it going, everybody? Driver Video 3 here, and today I'm going to show you how you can make your own seeds for like 90% off from what you could buy them at the store. That's better than like most of the sell points that you could get. You know, all these extra silos and things like that. That's a lot better price than what you can get out of just about every single one of them, and you're being self-sufficient. Well, how are you going to do it? First thing you're going to need is a mod like this one right here. This is the lime fertilizer salt herbicide seed production. The important part there is the seed production. If we take a look here at the menus, you can see that you've got different crops that you could put in here: wheat, barley, oat, soybeans, and corn. You put in an equal amount, 50,000 liters, and a little bit of fertilizer, and it's going to give you some seeds. Now, the important part of this right here is that all of these are at the same rate, right? The same production rate. So 50,000 in, 50,000 out. Now, there are other mods that it kind of varies depending on which crop you put in, on which one comes out. We're not looking at those. This one right here, though, this is a fantastic mod. It's going to save you a ton of money. I highly recommend getting it, but this only applies if the production rate is exactly the same between all the different crops. So the next part of this is you have to look and see which crop is going to be the best, because 50,000 liters in corn is not the same amount of space that it takes you to make as 50,000 liters of soybeans. And your sell prices are a big factor in this as well, because soybeans sells for like a lot more than corn for every 100 or 1,000 liters. First thing we want to take a look at is your yield, because if you've got 1 hectare of land, which crop is going to give you the most volume off of that area of land? We're going to take a look here, and these are the yields that Giant says is what you're going to get if you do absolutely nothing to the ground. So you still have weeds in there, you haven't applied any fertilizer, you haven't done any lime, nothing. This is absolute base. If you harvest a field, these are the yields that you're going to get. You can see that wheat is 8,900, and then oats is 5,700, soybeans 4,500, maybe that's the one, or corn 9,200. Well, we also need to take a look at our value of those crops, okay? So what I've got here is another spreadsheet taking a look at the estimated peak sell price for each one of these per 1,000 liters. As you can see, wheat comes in at 1,221, all the way up to soybeans, which is 3,711. How did I get these prices? Well, I went into my menu, my prices menu, and I looked at the estimated peak on easy mode of each one of these. And I did the math on this, and you can see that it's 11.8 cents for barley per liter and 85 or 82.5 cents for soybeans per liter. So when you multiply that by 50,000 liters, you can see that your soybeans are actually valued at $41,233 per 50,000 liters of soybeans, but your barley is actually only $5,906. So if you sold 50,000 liters of barley, you're only going to make not even $6,000. But if you sold 50,000 liters of soybeans, you're going to make over 41,000. So in my opinion, barley is the best crop to use here in this scenario, because you're getting quite a bit of yield, right? But it's more about the value. Okay, you're losing a lot less potential money by using barley than your soybeans. So you're going to save more money in the long run. Now, another thing about that value right there, that's 5906. That's without doing anything to the fields at all. Now, if you get your yield all the way up to 200% or 100% fertilized and everything like that, well, now your yield actually doubles into 19,200 liters, and that brings your value under $3,000. Now, if you take a look here in the store of your big bags and your pallets are going to cost you $900 per 1,000 liters, but your big bags are only going to cost you $800 per 1,000 liters. So it's $40,000 if you purchase 50,000 liters of seed. So to me, $3,000 versus $40,000, that's a lot better deal. Well, that's going to be it for today, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, learned something today, go and give it a thumbs up if you would. If you want to stay up to date on my mod review videos here on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell too. And while you're waiting on those future videos, go and check out one of these two right here. Have a great day, night, evening, everybody. Until next time, this is Driver 53 signing off.